Have you ever found yourself staring at your computer screen with zero motivation to start that important task? You're not alone. A recent study by the World Health Organization revealed that over 264 million people worldwide suffer from depression, often accompanied by a paralyzing lack of motivation. And even those who don't deal with depression have days when their energy simply vanishes. So, what do you do when you're feeling down but the demands don't stop? This sense of incapacity, so common today, is often worsened by our fast-paced lives and the constant pressure to be productive. After all, we're all immersed in a culture where doing more is synonymous with success. But the truth is, behind this ideal, many people feel exhausted, disconnected, and incapable of keeping up. Sound familiar? Those days when the will to produce disappears can be the most challenging for anyone, whether at work, in school, or even in everyday tasks. Lack of motivation isn't just about laziness or lack of discipline, as many think. It can be a symptom of something deeper, like accumulated stress, emotional overload, or even a lack of meaning in daily activities. Dr. Susan David, a psychologist at Harvard University, says that our relationship with emotions directly affects our productivity. When we feel overwhelmed, sad, or anxious, our brain responds by slowing down, making it harder to take action. This isn't a personal weakness, but a biological reaction to excessive stimuli and demands. This situation is worsened by the digital world, where we are constantly bombarded with information, expectations, and comparisons with the seemingly perfect lives of others. The pressure to always be on top creates a vicious cycle of mental and emotional exhaustion, making it even harder to find the motivation to complete even the simplest tasks. But what's really happening on those days when nothing seems to flow? Often, we face a kind of emotional block, where tiredness and lack of enthusiasm make us feel stuck. And no matter how many to-do lists we make or how many productivity methods we try, it seems impossible to break out of this inertia. The good news is that there are solutions. Even on the hardest days, it's possible to find ways to stay productive without relying on constant motivation. It's not magic or some miracle formula, but rather simple and effective strategies that can transform how you handle these low-energy moments. Dr. Carol Dweck, a psychologist from Stanford, suggests that small mindset shifts can have a big impact on our performance. Instead of focusing on the lack of willpower, we can learn to adapt our expectations and daily practices. In the following sections, we'll explore these innovative techniques, easy to apply in everyday life, that can help you stay productive even when your motivation is running low. From organizing your space to making slight adjustments in how you think and act, there are practical tools that can make all the difference. Let's discover together the secret to staying productive, even on the toughest days. Stay until the end, because the next step could completely change how you face these moments. Before we dive into the solutions that can make a real difference in your life, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any more content like this and can start taking your first steps toward a lighter, more effective productivity. Now that we understand the impact of a lack of motivation on our daily lives, let's explore some practical solutions to break that cycle of inertia. The best part? They're simple, quick, and you can start applying them right away, even on those days when your energy seems to have vanished. 1. Break your tasks into smaller chunks. It may seem obvious, but simply breaking down a large task into smaller steps can make a huge difference. According to studies from the Max Planck Institute, our brain responds better to short, achievable goals. By dividing your responsibilities into smaller pieces, you create a sense of progress, which helps build a positive motivation cycle. For example, instead of thinking, "I need to write a 10-page report," try thinking, "I'll start by writing the first paragraph." 2. Use the Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro Technique involves working for 25 minutes with full focus, followed by a 5-minute break. This strategy not only boosts concentration but also allows you to rest and recharge throughout the day. In a world full of constant digital distractions, this technique can be an effective antidote to procrastination. Productivity expert Laura Vanderkam highlights that short breaks help keep the mind refreshed and productive. We have another video here on the channel that explains exactly how this technique works. 3. Adopt the practice of micro-habits. Small changes can have a big impact over time. Instead of trying to make a radical transformation in your routine, focus on micro-habits that are easy to maintain. A practical example? Set aside just 5 minutes in the morning to plan your day. According to James Clear, author of the bestseller Atomic Habits, building micro-habits creates a snowball effect, where small wins lead to bigger changes. I've left the link to purchase the book in the description of this video if you're interested in getting it. 4. Get moving. Physical exercise has been proven to be one of the greatest allies for mental health and productivity. Something as simple as a 10-minute walk can boost your energy and focus. During the pandemic, working from home made a sedentary lifestyle a reality for many, but studies from Harvard Medical School show that physical activity, even in short bursts, improves mood and reduces stress. Feeling the slump? Get up, stretch, or take a quick walk. You'll feel the difference. 5. Reduce excess stimuli. We live in an age of information overload. Every phone notification, every computer alert competes for our attention, making it harder to concentrate and draining mental energy. A quick solution? Turn off unnecessary notifications during work hours. Set specific times to check emails and messages, avoiding constant interruptions. Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, argues that reducing external stimuli is one of the keys to sustainable productivity. I've left a link to purchase the book in the video description if you're interested in grabbing a copy. 6. Create an inspiring environment. Your physical surroundings have a direct impact on your mood and motivation. Something as simple as organizing your desk or decorating your space with elements that inspire you can help improve focus. Minimalism, for example, has gained traction worldwide with the promise that fewer visual distractions lead to greater mental clarity. Try simplifying your workspace and see how it affects your productivity. Now that you're familiar with these tools, the real challenge is how to make them a natural part of your routine, without needing constant effort or willpower. After all, how do you maintain productive habits when life is full of commitments, responsibilities, and distractions? So, let's dive in. First, anchor new habits to existing routines. One of the most effective ways to integrate productive habits into your daily life is through a method known as habit stacking. The idea is simple. You anchor the new behavior to something that's already part of your routine. For example, if you already have the habit of drinking coffee in the morning, you can add a micro-habit right after, like reviewing your task list for the day. According to B.J. Fogg, a behavioral psychology professor at Stanford University, this method significantly increases the chances of successfully adopting new habits. Second, automate decisions. Making continuous decisions, like when to start working, or which task to tackle first, can drain your willpower throughout the day. To avoid this decision fatigue, automate as many choices as possible. For example, pick your clothes the night before, plan your day in the late afternoon, or set fixed times for your most important activities. Influential figures like Barack Obama and Mark Zuckerberg use this strategy to stay focused on decisions that truly matter. Third, use visual and auditory cues. Sometimes, a small visual reminder is all you need to activate a habit. Place sticky notes in strategic spots, set alarms on your phone, or create visual reminders on your computer. For example, if you want to practice the Pomodoro Technique, set a visible timer on your screen. Researchers at the University of Birmingham suggest that these triggers keep the brain alert and help turn tasks into automatic habits. Fourth, reward yourself after each task. Don't underestimate the power of small rewards. They reinforce the desired behavior and help make habits more enjoyable. It doesn't have to be anything major. A coffee break, listening to your favorite song, or even 5 minutes of scrolling through social media can be simple yet effective rewards. Charles Duhigg, author of The Power of Habit, explains that associating immediate rewards with completing a task helps strengthen the habit and make it more consistent. I've left the link to purchase the book in the description of this video if you're interested in getting it. Fifth, make your progress visible. By visualizing your progress, you reinforce the sense of accomplishment. Use tools like to-do lists with checkboxes, productivity journals, or habit tracking apps. The act of checking off a completed task releases dopamine in the brain, creating a feeling of satisfaction that motivates you to keep going. Sixth, take care of your emotional well-being. Finally, no strategy will be effective if you neglect your mental health. Psychologist Susan David emphasizes that self-compassion is one of the most powerful tools for handling lack of motivation. Instead of criticizing yourself on tough days, accept that these moments are normal. Give yourself the necessary time to rest and recharge. Remember, sustainable productivity is only possible when your mind is healthy. Now that you have the tools to tackle even the most challenging days, it's time to put them into action. Small changes in your routine can lead to big results, and the most important thing is to start now, without waiting for that perfect moment. If this content helped you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to keep getting more tips on productivity and well-being. Also, share this video with a friend who could use these tips. We all have tough days, but with the right tools, it's possible to overcome them and keep moving forward. See you in the next video.